discovery of years of dawn. 1404 dawns of discovered years, 100 day. Previously, got started. Built a Eurotown. Built a Mideast town. Got some fair economy started. Humble foundations laid. Now we move forward. With, let's see, and review. Euro settlement has itself a supply of patricians, who we are starting to fill out our various needs for.
We've really landed on our feet here.
We implemented bread. But have not yet addressed any other patrician needs. Of which beer, cathedrals, jerkins, and the two yet locked other sorts of good they prefer. Let's see, citizens I was okay with allowing to upgrade, although I think that's a population cap thing right now. We need further people overall before we'll be able to take them any farther. Which can be arranged in microcosm and otherwise. Either by just continuing to build up more stuff in this mass, extending this mass, or setting up some other settled islands. So I believe the counts for promotion limit purposes are global. And when it comes down to it, we can concentrate our higher value people in whichever area we can put the necessary logistics into, and then pad out our overall census by setting up some outlying colonies of lower requirements. Well, for now, there's some extra peasants. Some of whom are out of church range. That'll keep them firmly at the bottom rungs for the time being. You've promoted further as we see fit. Yeah, we have bread implemented. Bread is there. We have plenty of tool, lumber, stoneware. Let's see, I had driven up the amount of spice production we had going out here. A healthy supply of quartz built up. Good, since that will have to move at some point. We're accumulating spice, but don't have a huge amount of it right now. No telling if we're actually able to keep up with one boat of throughput or not. And let's see, for our desert civilians. Yep, they are fed. They are beveraged. They have a fine, hearty house of worship. They still seek carpet. Right, we need to set up a carpet island off on the side for them. Of which we have a couple of good candidates for places where we could set up the silk and dye works necessary for that. That would need to import food. That is not settlable by us. That would also need to import food. Likewise here. Not that needing to import supplies is a bad thing. We do have the foundations of the boat industry. As for the Mideast, we need to establish a carpet island, so probably this one. It has both carpet ingredients in place, so we're able to just assemble the finished good on site. and ship it out. And then we also, for Euro purposes, we need a beer island, of which this one could work. Or, let's see, I think there was another over here, yeah. That's potential beer island. And likewise out here.
Can you feel it? This place is filled with a divine power.
Yes, we will be looking to develop properties on both sides of the fence. Also, furthermore, I was interested in setting up a rope yard on this island, at least temporarily, if not permanently, since that's the missing ingredient that we need for making additional boats. With all of the other ingredients, just need some healthy rope. Oh, which, yeah, let's see, 700 bucks for that, 200 for each ship. Yeah, we can get that set up now. Let's see, just don't intrude on the lumber yards over there. And these won't need road access because I'll be feeding them directly into the... Oh, and I don't even need... Right, these are 4 field buildings, not 5. Oh, good at rope works. Rope yard. Ropes are formed in the yard. I think I also want to establish a harbor area over on this and really every other beach in general over time. Because that'll also let me expand the amount of fish that I'm bringing into local economy. So that at some point will be put under strain. Eventually.
A good deal.
As things grow. I got some cash. Drop a harbor master over here. And there we go. Now I can install further business on the beach as needed. Alright, so in the interest in colonization, let me just load up a bunch of materials. I also don't necessarily need to bring food right away, 'cause I could just run an industrial colony on the other island. I'm not required to maintain a civilian population around my work sites. Now let's see to review. This additionally has salt, bears, and some rocks. A fair bit of salt. See, actually, I probably need to bring stone as well in order to set up a brewery. Yeah, the brewery is the... Yeah, brewery needs bricks, monasteries need bricks. The grain farms don't. Gonna need those supplies. Meanwhile, perhaps you as well. Load you up with supplies. Or you can cut the line like the rude boat you are. And with these other, more different materials, we sail for carpet. We select the boat and sail for carpet.
I'll make sure the Sultan hears about it.
Wood, hemp, and iron. To this uninhabited island, no questions asked. You got it, buddy. Although, actually, am I putting any iron into storage? Don't think any of my mines are actually directly connected. Or rather, yeah, the smelters themselves. Have to run a road, like so. And after some number of work cycles, we'll have our material for a cargo boat. I'll get started at this beach down here. That's deeper into the pre-fertile ground. Want to use a fair quantity of rope.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Is it a bad thing to have too many weapons? The mysteries.
A thunderstorm is brewing on an island.
Okay, firmly outside my usual concerns. Make landfall. Bring up that boat. And landfall here. New possibilities abound. Let's see here. Considerations.
You're quite knowledgeable about Oriental architecture.
we'll want to set up a market building to reach out that way. Then pretty decent reach on the Carpet Emporium itself. There, just kind of seize this whole valley. Fits nicely. I don't know what the production ratios are for this. I'll just have to wing it. Already low on material. Need to bring in more. Technical hiccups arise in the course of the recording session. Let's just go ahead and declare an edit point here. And back. Carpets. Discoveries, dossiers, and so forth. Back in motion. We got this first silk plantation set up. 5 fields of this 2x3 variety. So we'll probably fit more. But this island is also out of construction materials. I'll need to arrange a convoy of stuff. Which, now that I'm able to build new boats, that's... should do some rescheduling. Or, to help stimulate things here, I could set up a temporary lumber mill. Now that I know that's possible. Go like over here and harvest some of these river trees. Shove you in there. A basic supply of wood. Meanwhile, off this way, let's see. Brewery. Eat and herbs. First, just extend our building zone. Here we have a lot of space to work with. Or, no, not out of the gate. I mean, there's nothing, or not much right here that's competing for my attention. Yes, I know I had a job to do for you. Don't worry, we'll hook you up. Let's see, grain farm. Monastery. That a bit too far out. And brewery. Okay, the hole in my plan emerges. Because I will need that market building after all. Eight of these tiny herb gardens. What a fascinating structure. That's gonna be very flexible, but very weird to try to optimize. Well, for now, let's double up on each.
Production has been disrupted.
One gold.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Well, either way, the farms are abuzz. Just send your workmen. As they become available. Right, yeah, and only $50 a piece for these gardens. We'll work on sorting those out.
I'm afraid I can do nothing for you at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible to restock. Yeah. Yeah, like with the Norias, when my mineral supplies can get depleted, I can spend cash dollars to just dig deeper. Just find more quartz. That in mind, I am not worried about selling off surplus quartz or surplus mosaics in order to help stimulate the economy.
A good deal is always a welcome
Likewise,
change.
let's see. If we end up with excessive quantities of weaponry, we can sell that off. Alright, so let's see. That mission... Wood, hemp, iron. I'm not feeding any hemp into my warehouses directly. I should correct that as well. Everything's just been going through the middlemen. There. You'll now establish one direct supply.
Production has been disrupted.
We'll get it into the warehouse.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
From the warehouse, hopefully then afterwards to our good buddy. Need time now, system. Yeah, there we go. There's a Cartman. And let's see, what's the cash price on a small boat? Quite manageable. Throw one of those into the queue. There we go, that's mission material.
Salam alaikum. This is an honor, as always.
And I believe doing, like, the actual side quest for the Vizier also contributes to your, diplomatic track.
Ship ready.
A new boat. And new beer. This place might not need a material influx for a while. It'll be a matter of seeing how much beer this really adds up to. How many patricians we can feed off of a single brewery. Or two. But we're certainly going to find out. I'm going to strip the construction materials out of here. This is now just for spices, and I'll create a separate building supplies line elsewhere. So Beer Island, go to Wolf's Haven, get beer, go to Goldford, drop beer. And the new boat.
May Allah bless you for your kind. On behalf of the Sultan,
It really won't take much to complete this assignment.
Not sure, Jackman. You're sure to provide all sorts of worth. Alright, so anyway, over here. Sheep bridge.
You might find these building plans
Provided
useful.
silk. Let's see what a dye plantation has for a footprint. 5 of these standard fields as well. Specifically indigo. Let's see if I just specifically strike out that bit. Shove the carpet farm there. Or, yeah, carpet maker. Carpet shop. I could then probably sneak in further farms within its reach. Here in Carpet Valley. Parts allowing.
That important quest that I may Allah bless you.
Right, cash and honor. Still fair rewards. Just not the largest rewards. We'll have to settle for buying more diplomatic trinkets.
Let the trading begin. A fair trade.
As needed. I mean, right now we're still in the process of actualizing all of the products we have the authority to work with. Carpet. Carpet. Come on, carpet. There we go. They've received their first dye.
Ship ready.
Go to Sheep Bridge. Pure carpet. Go to Ashgabat. Distribute carpet. That's a trade route. Have at it, boat.
Allah is smiling down on this city.
Nice. Peace upon the markets. I might want to inject another market building inside here just to help with delivery. A lot of logistical strain on just the harbor master shop there, just the warehouse. Could use a friend. Let's see, now that those exist, is any of that material starting to get through? And also to review here, yet for a cathedral, well, a church, there's probably a yet larger building to satisfy full cathedral that is under the 4th tab, yet hidden. Yeah, for that I'll need a bunch of glass made. Where that is potash and quartz. The glass works off over on this side of things. I think just for management's sake, I'm going to earmark this stretch of terrain over here for further housing.
The
Well,
Council of
mean-
10, thanks.
Plotting out that stone. You'll be able to squeeze in and get it anyway. Tentatively there. I can always rip that down later if I have to. Potash up there, glassworks up here, and then I'll have to arrange quartz deliveries. I can hook that onto the splice line.
You shall hear from me.
Right, so about that other... You had a boat you wanted escorted or something? Where is that wound up?
You actually did return. So.
Alright, I do initiating. There's not enough to simply place my boat with his boat. Well, on your way. Might consider buying a fight boat next. Have a squadron of scuffling vessels at the ready.
I like it.
And there we go. Selling off some of my extra finished goods has given me much needed cash injection. The brewery looks to be running at full speed. Set up a tiny bit of local lumbering. And then I'll consider injecting a second brewery. You'll always have use for further beer. Yeah, speaking of, beer delivery. Here at last.
We've really landed on our feet here.
Beverages, Mark II. Seems like they're outrunning
anything
their
else I can
bread
help you
production. So I might scale that up as well.
Don't put up a fight, or it'll hurt even more.
I can afford protection money. We're doing great.
See, That wasn't so hard.
Well, there are other non-Corsair pirates being rude. Let me deal with that. They seem to be fast enough to just ignore this boat. I'm not sure they're really a concern. Let's see how the citizens... Citizens quite happy, peasants mostly happy. Patricians, yeah, starting to get full beverage satisfaction. Alright, foe vanquished. Which I suppose means I'll also have to set up, like, a military harbor. A repair yard.
Production has been disrupted.
Right here, let me move all the fisheries over to this beach.
Now you can tell people that Hassan Ben Saeed burnt a hole in your purse.
There, just by getting all the fish out here. Get those out of the way and then make this into a more proper boat wrangling zone. Yeah, there we go. Now I can get the quay set up. And so forth. Let's see. Just lay down a bunch of wall. Now it at least looks more proper. Defense tower. Repair crane. Yeah, run down some cash. Because then the other main fixture I'm looking at is setting up a pier, which will serve as an extension to our commercial cargo boat handling zone.
ship has left
wait.
the
We
region.
can all take pride in everything we have achieved here.
Alright, let's put you on the level for now. Ilsa Serena.
Production has been
Nice.
disrupted.
Good choice of a name for Bizarro Venice. Yeah, you're waiting on quartz.
Production has been disrupted.
Quartz should be getting delivered. How are you doing about? Oh, you're clogged with additional wood. Yeah, just jettison the wood. The hammers can stick around. You just gradually unload those as they're needed. Just attempt to push them onto the stack here.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
And with those new fisheries in mind, how would I just go ahead and establish more peasant housing?
Game saved. One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing
You get to
goods.
live back here by the pile of rocks. Scenic, historic pile of rocks district. It's a lovely place.
Salam alaikum.
You actually did return. Quite a relief, wouldn't you say?
Alright, so let's see, what other business did I have on the go? I'm just gonna buy another gift.
Come and have a look around. Welcome.
Yeah, preferably
Feel
the
free
largest
to
available.
Come and have a look. You've got a good deal there.
Fine deal indeed. Just get that dropped off. Let's see, what other attainments could I be shopping for? Mostly I could just be
good
unlocking
deal.
yet further sorts of goods at the various NPC vendors, which I haven't been leaning on too hard now that I have my own footprint set up. Okay, carpets are happening now, aren't they?
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Carpet. Boated over.
I don't regret giving up the nomad's life.
Nice. There. Now, if it weren't for the arbitrary line in the sand that
The
currently
Sultan will
exists.
allow you to construct these buildings. You know how to lead a settlement
Actually,
to
okay.
success.
We're able to move past that. Alright, we now have some next level Medi citizens over hereabouts. As they are top level, they don't have a happiness level below calm. They don't have anywhere else they could promote to. They could only decline. And their needs, for the most part, don't get more elaborate. Most of the complexity of the economy is over on the Euro side in terms of citizen demands. These guys would just be interesting in a nice cup of coffee. Fortunately, we can arrange
It
that.
might be too great a challenge for a sniveling wretch like you.
I have to admit, the envoys are beginning to become extremely demanding. Ah, have you brought a token of your friendship?
I'm afraid that envoys will refuse to move here until you have provided all the necessary comforts.
The Sultan will hear about your kind.
So let's see, that should be... Yeah, getting coffee set up will require us to achieve our next rank of diplomatic prestige. So for now, they do without.
Look at that. Your settlement now houses envoys of the Sultan.
Envoy and envoy are, as far as I know, both valid pronunciations of that word. Dialect. Regionalism.
Ah, can I help you?
Many envoys have
Oh, good.
settled down, and you therefore receive new ascension rights.
So what, have I just been promoted regardless? Seems like no. I'm just being reminded that this is the case. The thing has occurred where you have a fancier citizen, and thus fancier industries. So let's see, where do you want... Not a remark inside. Where was me boat?
You've got a good deal there.
God forbid, far be it from me to overtax you. It was just a matter of time.
What? Shipbuilding completed.
Yeah, for now, let's go do that pirate quest.
I'd like to lend you a hand with this.
And I'll have my new novice fight boat join them. On your way, Northwind. Alright, so let's see about getting that pier installed. And could I get another in lengthwise? Not directly. Maybe if I could string another building in there. No, for now it's a good start. It's more reaction area. We have like It looks like it offers 3 parking spaces for boats to load and unload. And then, meanwhile, just sneak in the repair crane over here. That would leave space for the big shipyard as well. No, not that. Large boat yard. Yep. Sizable expense. So yeah, you gotta keep farming honor, which actually we have a decent amount of honor right now. Could be feasible to just kind of go for it. We may well afford just sufficient goods. So let's see here, cider supplies seem to be a bit under stress. To implement further cider. The common peasant brew. Or wait, yeah, obvious simplification that I can do there. Which then also lets me drag those other fields in a tile. There, more cider. And the quartz is arriving, so the glass is building up. Let's see, I believe I did have some local salt as well that could be worked with. There's more iron, coal, stone. Do I have to import brine? Just sworn we had some on this main island. Somewhere.
Thank you for your active support in this matter.
Thanks you with nothing. Well, we've unlocked our next thing we need as far as further luxury goods for our patricians. Their luxury good that they want is books. Composed of paper and ink. Rare and cherished luxury of the era. Books. Yeah, just now remembered that this is another element of the interface. You can actually pop that open and get a summary of mineral resources on islands. Of which, yeah, apparently there's no salt here. Plenty of salt out here, among the bears. Old dependable Salt Bear Island. So I think I'm going to be able to figure out, like, the coal mine at some point.
You have learned a lot about the Orient.
So that is also a thing. Perhaps only the highest of nobility know how to dig for coal. Alright, so I need to sneak a road from this salt mine to any of my where. Actually, you know what? Can I bridge rivers with my roads? Yes, I can. Good. So that brine gets the easy hookup there. And this brine will have to take the long way around. Or actually, let's see, how much space does a hog farm need? And what other things will require salt? Because if it's not too many, I may just make the jackets here on Beer Island. For now, I just want to stockpile brine. And it looks like these are keeping up with my brewery.
That's better.
You see, we use the money we earn from selling weapons to the pirates to pay the protection money to keep the pirates from destroying us with the weapons they bought. That's economy.
Then that's settled. You are very much to my liking.
Using swords as a business.
Pluck up some courage and let us into your town.
How many beggars?
This town has the most generous people I've
Because we
ever
have
known.
plenty of beggar capacity
Pluck up some
right
courage
now.
and let us into your town.
Enough that I'm willing to turn down an 11,000 please keep the homeless out bribe.
What? We can stay? That's top, that is.
I've got space for you.
I
Pile
was
in.
afraid something like this would happen.
If you don't want them begging on the streets, then build a business for them to slave in. Come on. It's not difficult. I charitably let them live, like, stacked 40 high in the shack down the road. And then you charitably let them, you know, choke on coal dust miles beneath the surface of the earth. It's win-win. There's more substantial resistance to this boat. There's Corsair infighting.
New buildings are ready to be built.
Build a monument befitting your reign. Build a...
Well done. The progress in your town.
I don't need anyone to tell me how to gloat about the quality of my administration. Alright, that boat may be getting itself murdered if the enemy are going to prioritize it over mine. You might be doomed there, friend Corsair.
So, that's what you call love.
Alright, in the future, we will have groups of boat travel to such
Production
events,
has been
and we'll actually pay attention to them. That is definitely something that will occur. Let's see, I should also throw down some more mason shops. Take advantage of all of our rocks. These are rocks, right? Yeah, those are rocks.
And everyone got what they wanted. You are most versatile.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a terribly expensive thing I could look into constructing for myself. At such time as I feel the settlement needs beautification, there it'll be. Yeah, it looks like
Shipbuilding completed.
2 farms are able to outrun 1 brewery. Let me slip a second of those in here.
A sandstorm is blowing over an island.
And there are these spots with rocks here along the rivers that we see routinely. That is where any water-powered building can be installed. So let's see, I think I'd actually need to move that road if I wanted to take advantage of this one. I got enough space to work with that I could throw down a charcoal burner's hut. Out hereabouts. Go ahead and extend the market zone. We'll need to eventually anyway for the sake of exploiting further bears. So, charcoal, salt works, need for further raw material.
I hope you find what you're looking for. The doors of my storehouses are always open to you. If there's anything else I can help you with,
Just pile on every scroll you got. Sand. Could have sworn there were more things these folks would end up demanding eventually. Perhaps it's being obscured
These
behind
are
my
the
rank.
building plans that I can issue to you at present.
Because those last two notches have to do something.
I need your assistance with this.
Do I have to produce these assassins myself? Where are they?
All that power in your hands.
Where does one find assassins?
Would you mind if I gave you some advice?
Do you intend this as a token of your appreciation? Your continuing efforts are to be rewarded with this title.
I don't see us in possession of any people at this time. Where would they be? Where do I buy
you're
assassins? Excuse me, noble pirates.
What
Do you
brings
perhaps
here?
have a murder for sale? Carpenter. Also carpenter. Letters of marque. And drunken crew. Did I have, like, a batch of crime folk on any of my islands? Just as a regional facility? Are you assassins? No. You are an alchemist. Which is an art one could apply to assassination. You know, if you tried harder.
The sandstorm has ceased.
My camels cannot reach you without a
Yeah,
road.
that's a caravan.
If it is knowledge you seek, the Academy is the right place for you.
Do you have knowledge of murder? Oh wait, maybe the assassins are like present and I need to install police to capture them?
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Just install some local chapters.
Game saved.
The Council of Ten expects results.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Days when one simply cannot find a good crime. Oh, I also need to bring out brick. No, there's local supplies. I could just set up masonry here. That'll sort itself out in time.
The council is eating right out of your hand.
Sure thing. We're a bit short on spices. Spice production will need to hike.
It looks like this manufactory has no suitable raw material deposit in the surrounding area.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Oh, it's you. Your money is in safe hands here.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
I'd be happy to help you.
Fire is devastating your city.
Don't put up a fight, or it'll hurt
Devastating?
more.
You sure?
Production has been
Don't put up a
That's-
fight, or it'll hurt even more.
That's pretty moderate. I'm not sure I'd call that a devastating volume of fire. Just a sign we need to upgrade our current service zones.
You'd be wise to steer clear of my ships from now on.
For a little while there, we were protected from pirates. Felt good. Yes, the Patricians have also developed their final need for security. Patricians will not feel safe without the presence of a friendly debtor's prison. They're quite particular about where we should store the poor.
Those who have power have enemies. Never forget that, and act accordingly.
Might be worthwhile to establish some defenses at this harbor. Which will mean bringing in rocks.
Production has been disrupted.
My boarding crew are already sharpening them.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Most other aspects of my folks' lives are doing alright. The Patricians have bread and beer. Alright, there we go.
That's much
The rocks were
better
too
order.
far away.
Work can now begin.
A fair trade.
That's what he was speaking of during that earlier notification. Came up while I was setting up the spice plantation, so I figured he might have been talking about those. Not the case. Actually, yeah, let's... No, control groups don't seem to be a thing here.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
A bit more brick and we'll be able to start setting up some of the static things that the Patricians want.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
For the moment, though, I would like to get this sorted out. Settle all necessary components for the tannery. Especially since we also have other candidates for beer islands if we need to step up production of that. As we surely must, inevitably. There's one farm running at full hogs. Just need a few more rocks to fall into place.
Producing goods.
You are now in control here. Now ensure that it stays that way.
Spice supply is looking healthy. And let's see... yeah, coffee was possible over here on Carpet Island. So now that we have the authorization, I could link that
Consider
in.
these building plans a gift from our population.
Need to bring out some tiles. And yeah, there we go. Now we can see the existence of further things. There we go.
Watch out for those crates.
So here we go. Just one, is that a crossbowman? There's two of them. There you go. You defend the harbor.
Your assistance in this matter would be most welcome.
This time we bring a team of fight boat. They will escort together. Alright, once we have access to noblemen, we'll have the opportunity to maybe step up to larger fight mode.
Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Harbor. Tower, you wanted.
Enemy ships have been sighted in your territorial waters.
Okay. That happened.
Profitable, in more ways than one.
Would you be so gracious as to hear my request?
Tavern seeks beer. A novel idea, but I suppose one I could entertain. We do possess this beer.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
And suit. Jackets.
Let me give you a hand.
Hog output will occur automatically. You can see here, there's noble journeymen making their way across the not actually all that deep or ponderous river. More of a stream. You will procure all necessary swine.
Grant me the honor.
Don't trouble yourself any further. The matter has...
Everyone is hoping that you'll respond to my request. Everyone is hoping that you'll respond to my request.
Oh, that is to where I am to deliver beer. Very well. I want to pad the fleet out with a few more small cargo boat. Orchestrate routine deliveries of building materials throughout islands.
My ships would be delighted to supply you with goods from my homeland.
Shipbuilding completed. An enemy fleet is advancing into your territory. Ship ready.
We'll deal with the marauding hostiles in a moment. First, I must balance lumber.
A ship has left the region safely.
See, one of them didn't need escort at all. What a good boat. Fine, upstanding, independent-minded vessel. Right, I have to collect the evidence.
Has stopped producing goods.
All in due time. Also, let's see furthermore on that route. I can also incorporate tools and rocks. Along similar lines.
Production has been disrupted.
Though really, I suppose at Wolf's Haven I could also be picking up more rocks. They find their own. Either way, that's some fragments of a supply chain beginning. Right, you are here for beer. for private supply. And you bring evidence back to the Vizier. Yep, all of our ducks in a row.
What building project are you planning?
Right, I also had to bring out mosaics.
You have successfully escorted a ship.
Mosaics and hammers. Only then will I have the means to conduct coffee.
Production has been disrupted.
Have you any news concerning my matter? Your generosity puts us all to shame.
That's right,
escort
citizen.
was successful.
Shame defines your existence. Remember this at all times. Could sneak a little bit of lumber back in here. Just in this one corner I'm not using.
Game saved. One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants
Shore
has
up the
stopped
population a
producing
bit.
goods.
And a lot of those are still in reach of this mosque. It's a powerful structure. Yeah, just start shipping tiles over there. With the Genesis.
A fair trade. May Allah bless you.
So let's see, just slip a Noria in here.
You have successfully escorted a ship.
Yeah, go get your proof. And then head on home. We're meanwhile at home. Just a little bit of cash away from deploying this fearsome, hefty temple. Alright, I may have to reorganize some other things in order to make this spiritual colossus fit into the rest of my grid. It's like, yeah, if I just, like, displace that regular chapel, just some sort of smaller subordinate chapels off on the side. Let's see, that was covering all of these houses in here. See if I just had, like, baby chapels over here and over here, and then rip that one out. Yeah, that seems like it's still full coverage. Now we just need the cash.
Production has been disrupted.
And I'll be able to lodge this in, thus was. Just have to shred out a fair amount of road. Yeah, that's the footprint.
Our people cannot fulfill their need for faith.
Which ones? What gap have I created? Who among these is without a house of worship? You right here.
Would you like to earn
And you are just furious about that. What if the church were over here instead?
I have no cause for complaint, although I...
Would you like to earn some recognition?
No.
How cunning of you to pull the wool over my eyes.
That's what you want to call a simple disagreement. Rejection of offer of service. Then yes, I am absolutely that clever. Yeah, we got some more weights.
I like it.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and install these at Ashgabat.
Have you anything new to report in the matter entrusted to you? Goodness gracious me. I must tell the Sultan right away.
Quite worth the effort. Nadra and Munya. We have just greatly multiplied our amount of seaborne killing power.
Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Oh, are they now? Are they so bold? If I install a tavern somewhere down
is being
here.
attacked by Corsairs.
So, you want me to do your dirty work?
No. Yeah, actually, I'm fine with decommissioning you. Go do brewery work. Entertainment work. Not even euphemistically, just run a pub. That's your job now. That's what you do. Alright, fight boats on the move. You know, am I hauling my mosaics anywhere? Seems strangely low on them. Maybe I need more clay.
The Sultan has presented you with these building plans as a gift.
Yes, I understand this principle. We've been using them for some time now. I also hear it. Or wait, does this not have a field of influence? Does the clay pit just work the ground immediately below it? Fascinating if true. Well, hold on. Over in my auto trade, no, I haven't been trying to sell too many of my mosaics. Just some. Only a couple have actually wound up over here. Supplies are short. Rest of boats kindly join. Let's get you all in a group. And I suppose, yeah, just have you patrol the waters of our main thoroughfare here. One mosaic shop is running at less than full speed. It appears to be clay limited. I may just need more mud. There are many healthy nomads, all living in range of this powerful mosque. Except for you two, which is acceptable for now. We'll build another we'll call it larger, but they are in fact of equal size mosques over here. Just to cover the whole rest of the peninsula.
One of your buildings is under fire.
Every man on the ship has at least one enemy on his conscience.
I'm not sure if I'll need firefighters and carpenters out here, quite possibly. I mean, I haven't seen any Orient buildings catch fire yet. That doesn't mean they can't. I'm currently packed up to my patrician limit. Perhaps it's time to shove more peasants into the town. This rock is indestructible. The most powerful substance in the Occident.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Alright, that'll create possibilities. Oh, okay, it's a toggle switch describing the current state of things.
Production has been disrupted.
If I didn't want to allow people to be upgrading, I could switch that off, and it would just note at every relevant building where it's possible to be granted on a case-by-case basis.
Sometimes it's essential to monitor the development of the residential.
Yeah, I get it. And we are starting to attain jackets.
Business is chugging along, but it could be better.
They seek additional beer. Looks like I could be doing more with that salt. If I just also set up a second hog supply off in this direction. Or, wait, no, that's the opposite of where I want the road to go.
Your water supplies are running out.
I can work with that. It's just a small matter to refill those, or even extend them. Yeah, what are you talking about? It's not empty. Just dig deeper. It's a well. Don't worry about it.
An absolutely honorable transaction.
There, see this guy, he gets it. Where it is doing things that convenience me financially. Yeah, we'll see how that balances out against the salt works. And with a bit of the cash left over, expand the clay supply.
Let me give you a hand.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
I could also... yeah, I think I have reached not quite. So let's go ahead and change that.
May Allah bless you for your kindness to my people.
There, now we'll be able to make use of this local vendor.
Production.
I am forever in your debt.
Can we get that in writing? The judges heard that, right? The notaries, we have that on the record. Debt, forever, eternal life. It's been settled. That's definitely binding, and not just a turn of phrase. Dude sells mosaics, though. I'll take that.
Yalla, yalla. The caravan is on its way.
And yeah, it's cooldown driven. Buy a package of stuff, and then 5 minutes later, he will restock his shelves and have other things.
I drove the camels as fast as I could to get your delivery here quickly.
I'm forever in your debt. It's great to hear. Nice to meet you, by the way. Name's Ibley. Look forward to doing business with you. We are a people of wealth and taste.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Let's go ahead and establish coffee. Need more mosaics out here to get the roasting house. But the moment they arrive, and they might even be on that boat, no.
Implicitly.
That's just Rick. Where's my boat? I have a boat whose job it is to deliver these things. It is you and you are empty. Suspect that would, well, I could just go ahead and confirm if that's the case. If I withhold ascension rights, yes! That's what's going on. All these folks who promote are eating up all my mosaics. Decorating their houses. With all my fancy tiles. So I'll have to make more tiles. Let's see, what else am I auto selling out of here? The quartz is there for industrial use. Suppose in the event of an extensive surplus, I am willing to skim some glass off of the top. And the bread is local as well. So in the event of a strong bread surplus, I'll let that escape into the market. Ah, good. Someone spotted that this was actually out of range. Problem resolved. I would set up the other one over there and install some clay in this area. But for now, have any of my tiles managed to escape? Not nearly enough to decorate a coffee house. Farming all these perfectly good bean going to waste.
A thunderstorm is moving over the island world.
Let me step in and drag some additional supplies over. Since my current material convoy is kind of gentle about that sort of thing. Yeah, food supplies looking healthy. And the spice is flowing.
Production has been disrupted. Corsairs are attacking your ship. Oh, already 2 hours up.
2 hours and change.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
Yeah, I want to redraw the patrols, or add new patrols in order to better contain piracy. For now, they're just a bit of a nuisance.
Consider these building plans a gift from our population.
And more for now. That'll be further production. Let's see, those are the only 2 quartz deposits on this island, so I'll have to find more like the ones on this island. Get those added in. Probably switch over to using this quartz for glass making, just to simplify the relevant convoy routes. Or if I could import the necessary, what would they even call it?
Sit down and tell me what brings you here.
Like for all the other goods that take a fertility slot, it's seeds, because they're plants, but that's mud. How do you add mud fertility? How do you plant clay?
Salam alaikum. This is honor, as always.
That is, as I understand it, sort of not a thing that exists. As I understand, existing here in the world. How would that even work? Anyway, I won't happen to quartz there. And the absence of local mud means that I wouldn't want to produce mosaics on site here anyway. This is the land of coffee and rugs. Equally valuable and powerful substances. I have a sizable backlog of people looking to step up to envoy status.
Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Nobody has ever survived an encounter with this ship. And that's the way it's going to stay.
Bad news for you, buddy. You are not going to prevent the flow of beer and jerkins. They are inevitable. Yeah, just get that integrated so that boats stopping by to shift cargo will get fixed up.
Corsairs are attacking your ship.
Yeah, it is on the patrol. The warships will be there any day now. Good to see him bringing in enough spice. I've chosen a very oddly shaped harbor.
The thunderstorm has
Maybe if I just manually stretch some wall out this way, that'll help it make sense of things. Just very carefully. Now it'll understand that, yes, good. Yeah, you can just put buildings here. This is where they live. There. Much better defense.
I hope the climb up to the monastery was not too arduous.
Oh yes, some time has passed. Some new fields and boundaries and some sort of word for F that means... word starting with F that means mine. Some of those have all been rolled out. Adding more goods to the network. More boats were also placed in said network in order to facilitate moving things around. And population is on the rise. You have capacity for noblemen. Just need to finish capping off the rest of our patrician needs. divinity, prison, and books. Those key fundamental things that differentiate a businessman from a nobleman.
Arson. Sabotage. What will it be?
One of your plans.
It will be done.
I always knew
For
you'd
now.
lead this city to prosperity.
Nothing to say. Just even to, how about if I ease up? Can I afford to ease up? Yeah, let's ease up. What are you thinking now?
I appreciate the way this city is governed.
That's not what he's saying. That's because I zoomed in. Patrician. Patrician, come on. Patrician, what's wrong? Envoys, how you doing? Yeah, there's a much more drastic metamorphosis that your Euro citizens undergo. Like our standard iconic nomad here, he just sort of gets old. Rearranges his facial hair and gets a new hat. Like, that's not even a new city. That's just this guy's dad. Just your uncle who works for the Sultan. Whereas there's almost that level of similarity between our peasant folk and our citizen, side by side there. You can see just, this could easily be this guy just cleaned up a bit.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Then you get a guild license and things get weird. Next time, we get things weirder.